I'm ChezPride and welcome back to another Sims 4 related video. And today is once again kit day. We had 2 new creator kits dropped today that are shown here on the screen. And in my next couple of videos, I will actually be going over these kits and reviewing them. But before I actually bought the kits and spent money on the game, I thought we could talk about the new possible leak for the newest expansion pack that might be coming in The Sims 4 that got leaked today. And honestly, I have mixed feelings on it. More so since the game is already so broken and they keep adding more broken things, even in the most recent patch. Now, do not get me wrong. I am a huge simmer. I have been playing Sims games most of my life now, like well before The Sims 4 even came out. And obviously, I love The Sims 4 if I make a whole YouTube channel around it. But I just feel like in the last decade that we have all came to the conclusion that Sims games are just always going to be a little bit broken, especially The Sims 4. Like, if it's not something that has already been in the game and it just breaks because we add something new in the game, it's what they're adding new in the game that breaks. Like, they can't add something that is supposed to help you in your game or add things to your game without it breaking. I mean, over the last 5 years, every expansion pack we've gotten, and they have been rolling out more expansion packs because they have pretty much stopped putting out game packs and stuff packs. Every expansion pack is broken. Every time we get an expansion pack, we have to get a emergency patch, like not even a week later. And then there's multiple patches after that, continuing to fix it. Some things never even get fixed. I mean, think about For Rent. We still have that game corruption save for people playing with For Rent. I mean, and there's also things that aren't even that extreme that just have been broken in the game for so long. I mean, think of like the terrain paint. I mean, don't even get me started on the state of the gallery. Just like the game is broken. And they keep trying to add things, which I can't hate on them for, especially when they're adding them for free. Them releasing broken expansion packs, I feel like I have a little bit more right to get angry over because they're selling them, especially for like $40 plus tax now, because we all know that EA is a money grabber. And as much as I love the Sims team trying to be inclusive and trying to add things in the game to be more inclusive or add things in the game that is supposed to help the game, it just never exactly works out like they want it to. Like, I don't think, like, I feel like the Sims team has somewhat good intentions, except for the whole money grabbing part. I just think the money grabbing part makes them not take the time to have their good intentions actually be good. I mean, for example, like we talked about a few days ago in the patch update, we got the pack selection tool, which in theory has been something Sims players have wanted forever. We've been using James Turner's forever now, and it's just so difficult to use that because you have to know the code and whatnot. And this was supposed to make it easier. And if you're wanting to just enable like 1 or 2 packs, it seems to be working fine. But for most players, they want to disable like most of the packs, or God forbid, all the packs, and do like a base game challenge and whatnot. And pretty much every time someone is tested selecting all the packs and then reinstalling them, it is gone horrible. Like, they get like a loading message, and then the loading message just never goes away, or it takes multiple hours. There's actually been a fix already announced where you're having to go in your game file and delete a certain file just to get your packs back. It's been a whole thing, and it's just like, why are we adding more? And now I feel like since they've been taking out stuff packs and game packs, the amount of expansion packs and kits we've gotten has been kind of stupid. I mean, to the point that they don't even put half the kits on the roadmap anymore, just because they know that people are going to be like, this is so many kits, and they feel like if they wait to announce them, like, they put some of them on the roadmaps, but not all of them. And I feel like they do that because they feel like if they were to announce all the kits they're putting out, everyone would freak out. And that's kind of what happened today. But we also have the same issue now happening with expansion packs, to where they want to put out more expansion packs because that's the most money they can make off a pack, especially now that The Sims base game is free. I feel like this has kind of been the problem since the base game has been free, because they're no longer making money off the base game. So they want to make as much money off expansion packs that they can. Now, obviously, kits are money grabbers because they're only $5. People will pay more likely to pay $5 than $45. But then they're making these big expansion packs that they're trying to make seem like you can't play the game without. As much as I appreciate the expansion packs, the amount of them has increased since the base game has become free. And with that increase, they're just more broken. Like I said, every pack that we've gotten over like the last 5 years has had an emergency patch like the next week. And now we literally just got a fairy pack, the Enchanted by Nature, less than 2 months ago. Granted, I did buy it 2 weeks late, but I'm still not even done making reviews for that. And I have been hearing since June that there was supposed to be a new expansion pack coming out in like November, and now there's a leak saying there might be one coming like at the beginning of October. I swear, if there's 3 expansion packs this year and they are all broken, I will flip. Now, granted, if they come out with one in October, it'll just be 2 expansion packs, but there's been leaks since February saying that there was going to be a pack in November. So is it just coming early? Are they wanting to make money earlier? Or is there going to be another one? Because literally the leak that I'm going to be talking about in a minute shows that a pack is coming in like a month and a week. And they're going to be announcing it 2 weeks in advance. So, I don't know. Mixed emotions. Especially since, like I said, this pack selector thing and other things they've added into the game that was supposed to be a free update to change the game has just broken everything. I mean, like I said, when you try to physically use the pack selector, it doesn't even work. But then it's also breaking any mods that are basically the pack selection tool in this patch is not compatible with Lot 51 mods or any mods that can depend on core library, which, as you can see from this page, is pretty much all of them. These are not even all, but most of the mods that are broken right now. And that's freaking nuts. And they're saying that with the pack selection thing, it could be over a week. Oh, maybe not over a week, but a week before some of these mods are fixed. I mean, granted, I'm not a huge mod player, but pretty much when stuff like this happens, the few mods I do use break. Pretty much everything but my teleporter mod and my pet mod break. I don't know. It's just a big disappointment, in my opinion, that they're coming out with this. And now we have a new leak for a new expansion pack. Also, a roadmap that shows possibly over 5 kits. And like I said, half the time, they're not even putting most of the kits on the roadmap. So let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. And I will just apologize for all the ads that are going to be popping up now. I try not to use this website just because there are so many ads when I'm showing you guys stuff in videos. But this is literally the only website I could find that had all this information in like one place. So we're going to use the Sims community info page, which is a good resource for information. It's just the ads drive me freaking nuts. But anyways, so we do have, like I said, a new leak for not only an expansion pack, but a roadmap. Now, this is coming from pretty reliable sources, so I'm not saying that it's 100% true, but it is very likely to be true. So let's just go ahead and actually look at the actual roadmap before we talk about what they're saying is the next expansion pack. Now, we have to keep in mind, we have to take this with a grain of salt. This could be completely fake, but most of the time when these things leak, especially to this extremity with this kind of picture, it's normally true. Let's just take it with a grain of salt though. So apparently from 9.4 to 12.4, there's going to be a whole roadmap. Now this is not including past the end of December, and it is including November though, which November is when the original leaks said the next expansion pack would come out, and there was a few different theories on what that expansion pack would be. I was personally hoping for bands, but if this leak is true, that's probably not going to be the case. Though I will say the roadmap, at least I'm hoping, shows that there won't be a third expansion pack unless they come out with it around Christmas, because this does only go till 12/4. So there's a chance that they will surprise us with the third expansion pack and it'd be like bands or hotels or something like that. But with this expansion pack, especially what the theme is supposed to be, I don't think we'll be getting hotels this year. And if we do get a third expansion pack, even if it's bands like I want, honestly, I'll be kind of mad. So let's talk about what this roadmap says. So it is a little bit of a blurry picture. It has the medieval killer 12 written all over it, because I think this is the person that originally leaked it. I think. I may be wrong. But as you can see, there are 9 things on the roadmap, and multiple of those things are kits. Some of them are talking about the new expansion pack as well as base game updates. So since it is a blurry picture, they did put a whole list right here. So the new expansion pack that they're saying is going to be the next expansion pack is called The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits, and apparently it's going to be revealed on the 4th, which it is, as I'm recording this, the 21st, so that'll be 2 weeks from today is when this is supposed to be revealed. And then on September 10th is when the gameplay trailer will drop, and then the 23rd the new event will begin. So apparently we're getting a new event. Typically every time we get an expansion pack for the last 3 or 4 years, we've gotten a free base game event to go along with it. And then October 2nd is when the whole pack will launch. That is less than a month to prepare for a whole new expansion pack. Then it's coming a month earlier than everyone thought. And it's just I don't know. I feel like they're pushing too much content out at once, especially since the next thing on the roadmap is another kit. Now this one I'm actually kind of excited for, and I'm not a complete kit hater. I can understand why people hate on kits. Don't get me wrong, I understand they're money grabbers. I just like them because they're so specific, and if you're not like me and you don't buy them to review them every single time one comes out, then they're not horrible when you're not getting all of them, because you can kind of pick and choose what you want since they're so specific. And this one is specifically my style. So on October 9th, apparently we're getting a Sims 4 autumn apparel kit. Perfect timing for that. And then on November 4th, the event ends. So apparently you only have the 23rd of September through November 4th to do the event. But we all know they'll probably end up because we all complain that it's a timed event. And then on November 6th, the new Sims 4 creator kits are coming out. Now I believe we don't know what these are yet, but most of the creator kits are pretty good. That's why I'm going to be reviewing my next 2 videos is creator kits. So I'm not against creator kits. I'm not terribly mad about that. I just hate how many kits are coming out, because after the next one is December 2nd, hey, that's my nephew's birthday, a base game update, which hopefully this will fix some things, but we never know. This is the 3rd base game update in this roadmap, though, which I'm pretty happy about if it's true. December 4th, 2 days after that, it just says the new Sims 4 kits. So these aren't probably going to be creator kits. I'm assuming these will be kits that are made by the Sims team instead of creators. But it says kits. So this inquires that this one and this one both say kits with the S. That's at least 2 kits, plus the kit that they're putting out by them itself, which never happens. They never just put out 1 kit. It's always 2 kits. So it's kind of weird that they're only announcing 1. But this implies that there's at least 5 kits and 1 new expansion pack in the rest of the year, which just seems like a lot. I'm excited for the base game updates, but with the base game updates and there's going to be the new event, there's just going to be so much going on. I really wish they had waited to, if this kit or if this pack is true, I do kind of wish they had waited till November, because I feel like that's a lot at once. Stretching it out over time would have been a little bit more. Like, they could have stretched the kits to be closer to Christmas. I don't know. I just feel like they could have stretched it out a little bit more and gave us a little bit more time between things. I know they want to keep players interested with new stuff and whatnot, but like I said, when they come out with stuff this fast is when stuff gets extremely broken. But there's nothing we can do about it coming out. So let's talk about what the actual expansion pack they're leaking is supposed to actually be. Now, we have to keep in mind, like I said, this is a leak, so EA didn't announce this. So we have to kind of take this with a grain of salt. We're mostly going to be talking about the concept of this possible pack. So we have to keep in mind when stuff like this leaks, most of the time the pictures are placeholders or they're stuff that are from the base game that kind of has to do with the theme of the pack. Sometimes even the names will not be 100% accurate. But when stuff comes in this much detail, it's kind of hard to ignore and not think it's going to be true. So, according to this leak, the new expansion pack is called Adventure Awaits. And from what I can tell, it's kind of like another Vacation World expansion pack, which most of the time we get those in game packs. So this might actually be the first expansion pack that's a Vacation World, because Granite Falls came in the camping pack. That was our first game pack. Outdoor Retreat. I never can remember the name of that. Outdoor Retreat. And then Jungle Adventure was also a game pack. But they're kind of doing like they did fairies here, where all the other cults except for mermaids came in as expansion pack. Well, I mean, Ghost we already had, but they expanded upon an expansion pack. But then they gave us fairies in an expansion pack instead of a game pack. Now they're doing the vacation thing, and instead of a game pack, it's going to be an expansion pack. But apparently, this one's going to be more customizable than any other vacation pack we have gotten. Let me read you exactly a quote what they say about this. So it says, "It's a vacation pack, but with a twist that allows you to customize and create vacations beyond what Outdoor Retreat and Jungle Adventure can do. You can be able to create custom venues that your Sims will engage on with their vacation. There will be a big focus on family vacations, as existing vacation packs are mostly focused on adult gameplay." And I feel like Outdoor Retreat is kind of a family pack, so I'm kind of curious how they're going to make it more family friendly. I guess there wasn't toddlers or infants when that pack came out, so maybe they're including stuff that can include those life stages as well. But I do agree, Jungle Adventure was definitely an adult vacation pack, and they are so confident in this that they're expecting to sell over 7 to 10 million copies within the first 12 months. So that is how confident they are in this pack. Again, makes me really hope that they are definitely, this will be the last expansion pack of the year. But pretty much they are calling this the most expensive expansion pack in the history of the franchise that does not add a new pet or life stage. So pretty much most of the expansion packs come with something like that. And stuff like this is normally, like I said, in a game pack. So the fact that they're putting in an expansion pack kind of goes with the money grabbing thing I was saying earlier. But it's even, apparently, it costs Maxis more money to develop a single expansion pack like this than the whole Sims Medieval spin-off game costs to make. And the Sims Medieval game was a great game. Again, mixed feelings. But with that, that's pretty much everything that leaked. So we have a new roadmap coming that has at least 5 kits and a new expansion pack. And like I said, I just mixed feelings. Like, I'm kind of excited for it, but at the same time, I just think it's coming too quickly. I think the Sims team really just needs to slow down on their production. Like, I can appreciate everything they're coming out with, especially when it's a free base game update that's being more inclusive. But if they would just slow down and take the time to check on things and really make sure they're working before they put it out, I feel like they would get so much more bragging from their community, more support from the community, I guess would really be the correct word, because so much of the community is just so furious that, one, they're pushing out kits like this, 2, that they've cut off game packs and stuff packs, 3, that they're coming out with expansion packs back to back to back to back, and the timed events people are mad about, how broken the game people are mad about. So I feel like the Sims team just needs to slow down. Like, I can appreciate what they're doing to put content out. I just think they should slow down. But with that, that's kind of my final thoughts on this whole leak and the broken stuff recently. Like I said, I'm still buying the kits and reviewing them in case they are something that interests you. It is a makeup kit and a grunge room build kit. So it's a create a sim and a build kit, and my next 2 videos will be over these packs. But I just wanted to talk about this today before I talked about those packs, because I thought this was a little bit more important. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this one here. So thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that awesome stuff, because you guys are awesome people. I'll see you next time. All right, bye!